Thank you. Disability Rights in North Carolina stands before you as an example of perseverance and determination. It took 20 years to move the federal authority out of state government to a private, independent organization. And that happened because of the vision of a handful of advocates who understood the difference that an independent, legally based organization could make to people with disabilities. Many of those folks are in this room. John Riddlemeyer has taken every step of that journey. But one champion is noticeably absent. Deborah Greenblatt, one of the honorees of the Justice Center. Now, I can't claim to have known Debbie well, but I did have the pleasure of working with her. I remember her calls to the National Disability Rights Network, where I worked in the 90s. And she asked how to transfer this federal authority out of state government. Not once, but many times. She would call, exhibiting her persistence and her dogged determination to achieve the outcome she thought was right and fair. She would call and say, "Are you sure that the only way we can do this is with the governor's cooperation?" And when we would say yes, she'd wait a few months and then call back to see if maybe we hadn't changed our mind. I've been told that Debbie's most favorite quote, one of her most favorite quotes, was to speak truth to power. And that's something that Disability Rights strives to do every day. To be recognized by the North Carolina Justice Center is humbling and an extreme honor. Justice is not just a shared value, but a common goal that I think everyone in this room has for ourselves and for the people that we serve. Disability Rights works for justice, and in fact, it's part of our tagline, Champions for Equality and Justice. And I remember when the board first worked and developed that tagline and we brought it back to staff, that staff were a little nervous about the burden that that would bear. But the board had faith in the determination of our staff and of our cause. People with disabilities want the same thing that we each want: the ability to live in a safe and inclusive community. Our responsibility in disability rights is to guard their path to an inclusive and integrated community, to remove barriers along the way, and help ensure that they have a safe journey. And that's a challenge because, as we all know, the truth is discrimination is alive and thriving in North Carolina, a state that allows its Constitution to legally discriminate against one group of citizens requires strong lessons in what equal access and opportunity means. And that lesson must be taught by all means necessary. Now, we're almost 5. We've done a lot of growing, and not everybody expected us to grow so quickly. But I'm proud of what we've done so far. And I'm sure that Melinda appreciates that while I stand before you and speaking into the microphone, that while I serve as the face of disability rights, it's the staff and the board that are its heart and soul. It's comforting to know that the staff and board have my back. And sometimes it's not a safe place to be with them behind me. Because in addition to having my back, they often push me if they think we're moving too slow. I want to close by saying that, like almost every 5-year-old, we want to have a party and celebrate our birthday. And, you know, I thought about Chuck E. Cheese, but I thought it wasn't very dignified. So we're inviting you all to celebrate our 5 years of being the state's legally based advocacy program for people with disabilities. Please come and join us. Go to our website and find out for more information. And thank you, staff, for all your hard work.